stories, the lack of preparation, the lying, holy what they're doing with the kids at the border. Donald's out for Donald, period.
Hi guys, welcome to Nine's Corner. I hope you're doing well, feeling well, and let's all collectively take a deep breath. And out. The RNC convention is over, thank God. Because if I never saw a dictatorship, that was it. I have to say, I could spend an hour telling you about all the things that were offending me about what came out from the convention. And it wasn't just the lies, the fairy tale that they spun, because if you didn't know what was actually the case, you would want to vote for this man based on what they were saying. You had Ivanka up there, the apple who did not fall far from the tree. So I don't want to ever have anybody trying to defend Ivanka to me because she's non-defendable. She decided to get up there. She spoke those words. She supported her father 110%. She's done. Then you have Tiffany, who was over there clapping in the front row. This girl who everybody, including all the media, is, oh, poor Tiffany, the left out one, the one that's the outsider, the one that Trump doesn't love. Well, she must love money an awful lot because she was willing to be there in the front row clapping away. Then you have Melania, who... like, come on, this is somebody who knows how to dress. She has people who dress her, and she decides to wear this Russian garb that looked like an army suit. It was decisive. It was, there's just not enough descriptive words to tell you how offensive the whole thing was. But probably the most offensive thing to come out of this whole convention was for Donald Trump to tweet that he was going to be sending federal law enforcement down where a 17-year-old went with a gun, with a big, one of those automatic guns, walked past the police. The police were like waving to him, threw him a bottle of water. And he goes up and he shoots 3 people, 2 that are dead. And you've got right-wing people, Trump and them, that are following Trump, that are in the Trump camp, that are defending his actions, saying that he was trying to break up a fight of some sort. That is what I saw come out of the convention. I want to cry because it is Donald Trump's war cry that, hey, every racist, every person who wants to burn down the city, come out. I am giving you, because for this guy, this 17-year-old kid who did 3 shootings, there's going to be more. And Donald Trump is not standing up. He's not speaking up. He's not saying anything. I have to say, it was heartbreaking, truly heartbreaking to watch it. And anyway. So if I seem a little off, I am, because I'm pissed. You got Lori Loughlin who, broke the law, spent $1 million trying to cheat her way to get her child into university. She gets a slap on the hand and a couple of months in jail when, I've read a case where a black woman who went and just changed the address just by the number of the apartment so that her child could go to a better school, and she got 5 years in jail. That is Trump's USA. If you vote for the Trumps, if you vote for the Republican Party as it is with Trump as its leader, that's what you're voting for. So for our next question, I want to ask about the 17-year-old. I'm not going to give out his name because he is 17. And he is a right-wing Trump follower who walked by a police lineup of cars and was given a water bottle, and they saw that he had a rifle on his shoulder and did nothing, and he shot 3 people, killing 2. So I want to look into this situation and see what's going to be, what's the vibration, the energies around the situation as it is now, what's going to happen. So let's do a Celtic cross and see what's going to be the situation around this boy. What's going to be the situation? Will they get justice? What's going to happen? So at the center, we have him defending himself. He is going to go with a self-defense. And the fact that this character has a bandage around his head, they may actually try to go for some sort of mental issues. They're going to be highlighting his defense. They are going to fight hard for him. They are going to try to push for something. Underneath it all, there's something that's blocking him. Whatever it is that they're trying to, whatever defense they try to create, they're able to block it. And he's also on top. He's feeling like he's limited as to what his defense could be, because he knows that what he's done, or the people around him can see by the situation, that there's not a lot of there to defend. In the past, he's been dishonest. I don't think, dishonesty. Okay, so right now, he's very irresponsible, and he does not want to take responsibility for his actions. He is going to be looking for a way out. To me, this is almost like somebody who's Republican leaning, even maybe some Republican money that's going to be going towards this guy's defense. So here we're looking at people feeling very disappointed. I feel like this situation is almost, it's heartbreaking. There's people that are on the side of the boy, feeling like, he's being held up to a situation that wasn't his own fault, to people just saying, wow, this has just gone too far. I mean, a 17-year-old can walk around on the street with a rifle being helloed by the police and shoot 3 people. So it looks like he is feeling very frustrated, because in his mind, his actions were warranted. Whatever he thought was the right thing to do is what he truly feels. And he feels very frustrated, as if to say, like, why are you even putting me in this position? I've done nothing wrong. This is going to go on for a while. There's going to be money put behind his defense. There's going to be, I don't know if it's coming from an inheritance. I don't know if this boy already has money or comes from a family with money, or somebody is going to help fit the bill, for sure. But the end result, regardless of how they try to push this story, no matter how they try to push this scenario to try to defend this child, the baggage is just going to continue to mount, and it's going to continue to travel with this kid. So no matter what kind of narrative they try to come up with, they're not going to, he's going to get some time. He is going to get he's going to get jail time for this. It will not end up, he will end up going to jail for it, doing time for it. But just because where the death card is upside down, I'm wondering, is it going to be a disappointing amount of time, that maybe there'll be some kind of mental health issues or something that they'll try to come up with. But I do feel like he's going to get help from somewhere, money help from somewhere, defense from somewhere. So for our next reading, and it's a reading I really don't want to do, is Donald Trump. And I literally, prior to ever doing the reading, I put him on my iPad. I turned down the volume really low because I just wanted to feel his vibration. Because when you're reading cards, you're reading the vibration around the person and what they're thinking, feeling, and you're pulling from that to kind of say, okay, this is what they're thinking and feeling. This is probably where it's going to go. And Donald Trump, he's an enigma. I can't get a fair, it's like he changes his mind like some people change their underwear, So I'm not willing to discount that August he won't leave, because August is not over until September 1st. But let's have a reading around the vibrations around Donald Trump right now and see what's happening. Because when I was watching the video and I was trying to get into pick up on his vibrations, just try to see, can you look in his eyes? Can you pick up from his voice what's happening with him? And I kind of just tried to calm myself down. And I was expecting to feel like, narcissist, angry, all those, yuck feelings. And honestly, it just felt foggy. It felt like somebody, when, I'm sure many of you do, when life is really hard and you go through something that's really, traumatic, and people will look at you and go, my God, you're so strong. How did you get through it? And you're just like, I don't know. I just did. It's like driving somewhere and you're so used to going there that you can't remember what you did on the drive, because, it's just one of those things. I just heard my belly go brrr, and I'm hoping it didn't pick up on the mic. So if it did, I apologize. And if it didn't, well, then I just told you something that you need not know. So anyway, I felt that Donald Trump was confused, almost as though in a dementia way, as if his mind was foggy. And then I got a really sweeping feeling of having moments of clarity, where I feel like he's walking around a fog, whether that's drug-induced, medical, what have you. But he's on this trajectory and he does not know how to get off. But he does have these moments of clarity where there's not regret. It's just sort of this sort of feeling of not really knowing where he is or why he's there, but he is king. And people are using this fog to continue on. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're using this. They're using this fog that he's in for their own plans, for their own wants. So let's have a look at Trump. What's going around him? How's he feeling about, continue on as president? What's happening here? So we've got the Four of Wands here, but it's almost like there's a mutual benefit. Just like I said, there's people using him. So right now, he's getting mutual benefit. There's something that he's here to do that he has to do. And crossing it is the Lover. So this is a choice that affects the rest of your life. It's some kind of sacrifice. So for whatever reason, he's sticking around due to a choice that he has made that he has to wait out and see how it's going to turn out. Underneath it all, we have the Knight of Swords. So they thought it was going to be rush in, but they've cooled their jets. There's something that has put a block on. I literally just turned the card, and that's my block upside down. That's a block. So for whatever reason, some situation, some kind of agreement, whether that be financial or what have you, there's some kind of partnership that he had that could not proceed the way as quickly as what they wanted. Something has blocked it. In the past, here we have, this is a partnership. This is somebody who he thought was going to see him through and get him through. The Ten of Pentacles upside down. So he is seeing the loss of support, the loss of money, the loss of people behind him. They're trying to create, they're trying to pump him up, to make him not think that things are as bad as what they are. But even he realizes that things are his support is waning. Not because of what people are saying, but because of the lack of money. He's seeing the lack of money. Again, there's more heartbreak. There's going to be huge things coming out, and he is going to get three things, and these are mental things. These could be papers, this could be information, this could be Cohen's book, this could be stuff. He's not in a good way, by no means. People are just wishing that this slow drip of information would just secure the bag and get moving. He's worried about something from the past. There's a deal, there's a partnership, something in the past, something that he had made a decision. He sacrificed something, and now there's been a stop to it. Some plan that he thought was going to come to fruition has not, and it's something that's dealings with the past. The end result is the High Priestess. And again, this is the High Priestess upside down. So this is not secrets. This is almost like situations that are blocking you. So there's a situation dealing with a partnership that has to deal with money that has stopped Trump. I think there's almost... This is not... I think if it was up to Trump and Trump alone, he probably would have walked away and would have loved to have, made a few dollars on it, went and did another show and just been crazy Trump. But I get the feeling, and I've said this before, there's plans and situations that are going on behind Trump's back that he's not even aware of. And there's so much, like Trump is the lowest hanging fruit of the tree. He's just the one that everybody's using as the scapegoat, as the Trojan horse to get in and then do their destruction. There's so much more to it than that. Okay, so the last thing I was going to touch on, I received 2 emails. The first email was from a subscriber. I answered the question, and then all of a sudden I got a second asking the exact same question. So I thought if there's 2 asking, then maybe there's more. So I was asked, why didn't I answer the question about QAnon when I was on Celtic Tarot with Sheila, who, by the way, is such a sweet, fantastic person. Really nice girl. Why didn't I answer the question about QAnon? So I want to preference this by saying I have no idea what other people are reading or saying about QAnon, and this is in no way responding to a reader or an astrologer or anybody out in the universe of YouTube or anything else. I'm just answering the question honestly, and this is my view only. QAnon, from what I can understand, started in 2017 after Trump got into power. And basically, it's supposed to be this elite intelligent group that is made up of military and government spies that are all under Donald Trump and Mueller, who are taking down a sex trafficking ring that's going to arrest people from all over the world, including celebrities, including Tom Hanks, because they're not just a sex trafficking ring, they also are cannibals. Because through eating, they can maintain their youth and live longer. So if you can hear what I just said and think that there's any basis of truth in it, then I don't know what to say, because it is a misinformation propaganda that was started from Russia and China, and they wanted to muddy the waters. And Trump and the Republican Party, they turn a blind eye to it, because Trump is all about getting the support from his base. Trump is all about getting support from anybody who, gives him a good word. So this is Trump knows that this exists, that this misinformation is out there, but it helps him. It makes people think that there's something going on that's not, and it makes it seem like he's going to be this savior. And I find it really scary, because when you look at the other end of it, how it's affecting people's lives, you've got real victims of sex trafficking out there that are being harmed and hurt every single day, and it's a huge problem, and it's being mocked by this conspiracy theory. You've got people whose livelihoods and families are being threatened and getting death threats because people mentally are not able to cope to know what reality is and what reality isn't. And, I had somebody write me about Tom Hanks being in Australia because he's actually a pedophile and he can't come back to America or he's going to be arrested. And so he's in America, he's in Los Angeles, he's back home with his family. I know of like multiple theories that they've come up with that have never come true. And the fact is that as a reader, it would be disingenuous and false of me to claim that they have anything of any note to do with anybody, whether it be Trump or anybody else, other than being a misinformation propaganda. So for me personally, I don't believe in the theory. I think that by promoting it and by weaving it into my readings, it would be enabling the misinformation, and it could also lead to the harm of others, the harm of people's reputations, and even to the point where other people could look to harm others because of that theory. And so that's why I choose not to read on QAnon. It's not that I know, I have a general idea of where it came from. I realize that it exists, but it's not this entity that is a puppet and doing anything other than just misinforming, misguiding, and causing confusion and hurting. So that, in a nutshell, is why I chose not to read on QAnon. So that's it, guys. So, as always, I have our candle lit for each and every one of us. I wanted to say thank you. And I know you're probably like, oh, she does this all the time. I am so, so grateful. I never talk about my subscriber numbers, but I'm almost at 8,000. I was talking to my best friend Lisa the other day, and she was like, Nine, I can't believe that you actually do this, because I'm not that person who puts themselves out there, for people to do this. It's so the opposite of who I am. And it's been amazing. I love the sharing. I love the knowledge I've gained. I've loved the experience I've gained. I love the friendships I've gained. I thank you for each and every like, subscribe, for every email. And, I even get the occasional, what is it called? Donation. So for anybody who's donated, if you haven't received a thank you card, you will. I have been collecting my feathers, and I'm crocheting little hearts because I always like to give gratitude gifts. And before I give them, I've got to smudge and consecrate and do all that. So I'm just blown away by the numbers. The fact that you guys, have been so supportive, and just, I am in such a place of gratitude. So I thank you. So that's it. I hope you have a wonderful day. And until we talk again, take care.